What is up with these cheaters? It's like every week I'm doing a opinion piece on a cheater that just so happens to be a male. Okay. I'm not gonna go there because did a recent research study, and if you do one yourself, you realize that women are catching up. It's almost nearly 50-50. Cheaters are almost women just as much as men. So, we can't be hating on the men as much. It's getting pretty bad. So I'm not gonna be hating too much, but I'm gonna piss off a lot of women in this video. But it's in regards to the Ace family, Catherine and Austin, I believe. Austin was found cheating on his beautiful wife, Catherine. The Ace family, super popular for years. They just showcase their family, mainly on TikTok and YouTube. And he came out with allegations saying that it's because he would go a whole year without sex. And that she was aware. And she just said, pretty much, just don't embarrass me. And that he took that as a green light. Okay, Austin. So that's what my video is going to be focused on. You can do some digging yourself and find out more nitty-gritty details. Call Her Daddy is a podcast where she went on and pretty much promoted her recent book where she goes into detail about her fame, her childhood, rise to fame, how the affair happened, and all of that. And so Austin took out, his side of the story and said it was because of a loveless or sexless marriage towards the end of it where he was not getting any attention. And that's a very common thing. I think it needs to be talked about. That's why I'm going to address it in this video. And that's why I'm probably going to get a lot of hate. But it is true. Statistically. But I'm not here to shame the women. And yes, I know I got a stain, so just ignore it if you're humanly capable of doing so. But I don't think it gets enough discussion on that this is an actual issue for men. Men need it. They do. As annoying as it is. And there's going to be women on here that go, I don't know what the problem is. I'm always wanting it all the time. I'm horny as hell. I don't know what it is with these women that are just not in the mood. Good for you, girl. I love that. But you know what? That's not common. Clearly. Or we wouldn't have so many affairs and so many men saying otherwise. It is a common complaint and justification. And my thing is, dude, just freaking leave. Just leave. If that's what she's starting to do, and she's not hearing the warning that she's starting to say no all the time, I have a headache, I'm not in the mood, or you're not listening to, you know what, you're a dick all the time. Why would I be in the mood with all you do is bitch and complain and you're a raging asshole? Why? Yeah. Or you just skip foreplay and you go straight to, that's not gonna, no. And you're doing nothing to change. So if you're both not listening, just move on. Why not that? But they don't. They just stick it out. It's easier to do that. But I'm here to tell you, oftentimes an affair will happen because the rocks are there. The rocks are there. If you don't know where I'm grabbing this from.
When a marriage goes on the rocks are there, right there.
Oh, the classics are dead. And that's what my mom would always say. Not that she was right. But she would always say, Shauna, I would never say no. I was always available. Always make yourself available. That didn't mean I was totally into it. But I would never say no. Now, if you want someone to be totally into it, then you make sure you're doing your part to be a good, loving, caring, supportive husband that knows what foreplay is and does your part. But saying no was her thing. I'm not saying I agree with that concept, but I'm saying it's one that served her well, let's just say, when she was alive. She was never cheated on, let's just say that. But again, in a marriage, there is a lot of give and take. And if you want to bring spirituality to it, which is what I do, being a priestess, I look at this spiritually. The Ace family didn't talk about the divine. They don't talk about God. I know recently she is. I know she's now on this divine kick of now discovering, which I was going to go into this. I was going to do a separate video about her recent discovery of alternative medicine that she's exploring, ayahuasca, which is like, it's like seeing a rookie go through some traumatic experience and then like take it to the extreme. And you want to reach out, but I'm like, no, it's not even, I'll be buried in the spam section. It's not even worth it. So sometimes you let them figure shit out on their own, right? That's all you can do. Either or, I see it from the spiritual side. And when you're one with your spouse, your job, unfortunately, is to take care of the needs of the other. I'm sorry. I'm not talking from a secular perspective. I'm saying it from a spiritual perspective. That is a job that we have. If you don't want to do that job, then there is consequences that happen accordingly. And it goes both ways. As a husband, your job is to take care of the needs of your wife. If you are neglecting your wife, not giving her the affection, the love, the support, the attaboys, making her feel like she is special, cared for, loved, she'll wander too. And vice versa. So that is what I took away from this new recent thing that came out. And it's something that that it gets forgotten. And I'm not saying he gets a pass at all. I'm saying that it's just common. And unfortunately, people just stick it out thinking that they'll be able to resist, or they'll be able to hide it, or just put up with it, or stay for the kids, or whatever reasons they want to tell themselves, instead of just leaving and then choosing to move on. But it always is, the underlining cause is because the needs were not met for each other. And being one and having that spiritual foundation which a couple truly needs in order to thrive in their divine union, you need to meet each other's needs. And if you don't, stuff like this happens, unfortunately. Once you get comfortable in your marriage, once you get comfortable and you stop taking care of each other, you get lazy and you stop dating each other. You stop taking care of each other's needs and you put yourself first. You start neglecting the other person. This is inevitable. Doesn't matter if it happens to a woman or the husband, wife or the husband. The outcome's the same.